All right, so here's the thing. I'm sick right now, so I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can because I feel miserable. It's just a flu. It's not COVID or anything, but I just feel fucking miserable right now. Hence why I've got the hood and the shades up because I would very much like to go back to bed, but I got shit to work on. There were roadmap updates, which I don't think anyone was expecting. I certainly wasn't, but I don't know who was expecting it. When we first revealed the Year 7 roadmap back in February, we mentioned it would change and evolve with each season, because roadmaps change, as new content's added and features are reprioritized to adapt to the reality of developing for a live game. Shit happens. Alongside the reveal of Vector Glare, new and expanded content coming next season and features some features that have been delayed to Year 7 Season 4, so not next season, but the season after. Read on to get a look at the updated roadmap, So there are updates here from the last roadmap, and they do explain them. Map added to competitive pool, available next season. Alongside the launch of the season, we let you know that the new map originally planned for next season, like the brand new map, would be pushed to the season after that, Season 4. That being said, we wanted to share some good map-related news with you. Next season, we'll be adding a map to the competitive pool, not a brand new one. We're not sharing any specifics quite yet, but what we can say is that it's a map you've played before, it was part of an event, and you have never seen it in comp. Which, I looked through all the maps in Siege, and the only one I can think of is Bartlett, which does sort of make sense, because they were working on a Bartlett rework. Like, that's what became Emerald Plains. But Bartlett is the only map that I think it could be. But if I remember right, let's see, is it still here? It was in comp, so it might not be that. The only other option, and I could be wrong about this, is Fortress. I don't know if Fortress was ever in competitive. I don't think it was. At least I don't remember it being in there. But I don't know if it was ever part of an event. My money's on Bartlett. I will not be surprised if it's Fortress. Or disappointed, really. I actually kind of like Fortress. What do you think it is? I literally just went over that. Delayed features. Rank 2.0 is moving to the season after next. Restrictions on voice chat, next season. Reputation, next season. We mentioned it before, but sometimes the reality of working on a live game, As next season. As next season approached, we realized Rank 2.0 would benefit from a little more time, so we've made the difficult decision to push its release back by a season. That way we can ensure that the revamp to Ranked that you get in the next season after next is the strongest it can possibly be. I don't know how I feel about that, because I like that they're taking more time for it. I think Ranked does that. I don't play a lot of Ranked, so grain of salt when I say this. I think Ranked needs that soon. I think it needs it pretty soon. Like, just something. Even a stopgap. Which I don't know what a stopgap would fucking be. Similar to the above shift, we made the decision to delay two aspects of the reputation system to the season after next in order to meet the demands of live game development. These include the restrictions on voice chat and the reputation score display. Those I don't like. I think those should have just come out as janky as they are next season, because we don't know what it's going to be like. We don't know what it looks like right now in development. But anything that will help the health of team communication and, engaging with the other players, I think needs to come sooner, because Siege, what I've experienced back when I was making content on TikTok before I nuked it, is that the Siege community thrives on being toxic and gatekeepy, which then takes players out of the game. It's why I don't solo queue ever. It's why I only stream when I have a stack. I think anything that will help the health of players engaging with other players is going to help, and I think delaying it to make it better is a good idea on paper. I think it needs to come sooner, because people don't like toxicity. That's just basic as hell. Keeping with the topic of player behavior as upcoming features, we're happy to report that the ability to submit cheat reports from match replays and restrictions on text chat remain on track and will release with Season 3. So that's fucking good. I fucking love that we're going to be able to report in match replays. Which, by the way, I'm confused as to why people think, oh, if you report, you're a little bitch. You think reports will do something. I've had plenty of reports do things. I literally, if someone is toxic in chat or in voice chat, I will report them. I don't care if people go, oh, Snowflake, just handle the game. It's toxic. You wouldn't have survived Modern Warfare. I don't give a shit. I literally don't care. I don't want to deal with those people. And a lot of people don't want to deal with these people. And from the reports I've gotten back, Ubisoft doesn't want to deal with those people either. So I'm fine to keep... literally, I will report people just for, like, the little things, and Ubisoft, at the end of the day, gets to decide what they deal with and what they don't. And most of the time, you know, you drop a slur in chat, generally toxic to your team, yada yada, it'll usually result in, you know, something. They don't tell you what it is, but they usually are like, yeah, we did something about that report. Thanks for the report. And restrictions on text chat, same thing, help with player engagement with other players. Major balancing changes available next season. As we previously mentioned, we've been actively investigating the imbalance of LMGs and Finka's role in the meta, and plan to deliver tweaks with them to Season 3. This is still on track, and will come as part of a bigger update to Siege's moment-to-moment balance, as we typically release in a single season. Oh wait, they talk about it next part. This is a big part of why the reason we made the decision to forego a mid-season balancing patch this season. Bad move. I don't care if they give us a perfect or imperfect change. I think we needed something. I think we need something. I don't play ranked. I said that before. I don't play top-tier champion diamond meta. I think we needed something because people are tired of LMG. I'm tired of LMGs. And I'm tired of Finka being, like, the go-to because I have to play a lot of Finka for my team. I think they should have done some... Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to go on a little tangent here. I think what they need to do with it to LMGs, to rein them in, and this is such a small thing, is give them way harder horizontal recoil. Because the thing is, their vertical recoil, I could be wrong, I'm just drawing from memory, their vertical recoil is some of the best in the game. It is so fucking easy to control an LMG right now. And the horizontal is just, it's non-existent. They have a shit ton of ammo. They have a long reload, but if you're smart, you won't be in danger when you're doing it. But the fact that they have no recoil makes them so fucking powerful. I think giving them either predetermined horizontal or, you know, the left or right horizontal sway, I think that would be huge to make them way harder to, like, perfectly control and give them some kind of place in the game. Because they would still have their massive ammo. They would still have the ammo capacity. They would still have their long reload, which is supposed to be a downside to them, but with that much ammo, who the fuck cares? And they would still they would still have a decent RPM. They would still have a decent fire rate, do decent damage. But with the horizontal, you would basically need to put a compensator on it, which then reduces, you know, it increases the vertical sway, or the vertical recoil, which then, you know, now you've got to manage the horizontal and the vertical. Makes them a little harder, just full auto spray, pre-fire, swing everything. Like, even with the low fire rate they have compared to ARs or SMGs, you can still get a kill pretty reliably from just swing while firing your whole clip. Anyway, back to this. The changes that will now come with Season 3 interlock with one another in such a way that we feel the best way to experience and adapt to them is as a single package. I really hope they're right, because they've got to make up for us not getting another patch of this season and dealing with LMGs longer. One change that players can look forward to as part of this update is the addition of Impact EMP Grenades to some operators' loadouts. That is going to be fucking huge. The gadget itself is not going to be game-breaking. The gadget's probably not going to be insane. This was before my time, so I could be totally fucking wrong. Think the hard breach charges that, like, Zero and Amaru and some operators get. You're not going to replace the role of a hard breach with just that little tiny hole, but the Impact EMPs will give you some alternative to running Thatcher. So Thatcher will definitely see lower bans, like lower ban rates, because if you're banning Thatcher for the EMP and there's another EMP, what is the point of banning Thatcher anymore? Because people are just going to run the EMPs if they want to run the EMPs. And Thatcher will actually, you know, be playable. Please, I don't think I've ever played Thatcher in an unranked game. So yeah, Impact EMPs, that's going to be fucking huge, and I am so excited. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on this mid-season update. I almost said patch, and then I said change. Nothing is changing right now. Game is still the same. We're excited to share more soon, so stay tuned for the Season 3 reveal and a full breakdown of the changes coming your way. I could be wrong. I think this is coming later in the month, like towards 25th. Let me check the calendar. I want to say like 19th onward, more like 26th. That's when I think it's gonna be coming. And if I'm right about that, y'all are never gonna hear the end of it. But yeah, that's all my thoughts about the roadmap update. The additional map, that's gonna be decent. People are still gonna ban it because no one wants to play the new maps. Because we want new content, but we don't want to play it. We just want it, but we don't want to play it. Looking at all the people who ban Emerald Plains just because it's new. EMP device. I'm excited about that. Yeah, everyone have a good one. I'm going to go rest up in bed because I am sick as fuck. Peace.